next fight will be a King of Pancrase ranking match. Funaki, Masakatsu Funaki, ranked number 2, will face Frank Shamrock, who is ranked number 4. A huge match, Josh, because the winner gets a title shot.
Masakatsu Funaki versus Frank Shamrock.
As we see Masakatsu Funaki backstage. Now, Josh, what is a fighter telling himself at this point when he's getting ready to fight?
I can't speak for Funaki, but I know for me, it's all about focusing on what I need to do to win. And I also happen to think about all the good things that can happen in the fight that allow me to win the fight. I also think about all the things that my opponent can do and be successful at, and how, regardless of anything that may happen to me, being knocked down, being caught in a submission, being in a tight spot, how even under those circumstances, I still find a way out of that and I'm able to win the match. And truly, I believe a fighter should focus completely on what he's got to do to win.
Funaki with an 18-4 record coming into this fight. Just beat Guy Mesger, and he has won 7 of his last 8 fights, so he's got to be feeling pretty good about himself.
I would think so, but he's got to know that Frank Shamrock's an incredibly dangerous fighter, regardless of the difference in experience. And he's got, with someone like Ken in his corner, I'm sure Frank is well prepared specifically to fight Funaki.
Now, they fought once before, Funaki coming out on top. Is there any way Funaki is a little too overconfident because he's beaten Shamrock before?
I would think a fighter like Funaki, as smart as he is and experienced as he is, would understand that from that point on to here, Frank is going to be a different fighter than what they met early on.
And Funaki so far not shy about throwing the strikes. And Shamrock, nice leg kicks. Both fighters trying to maybe knock each other out, trying to end this quick.
Funaki throwing some big shotes and dropping to the mat and just taking the fight down to the ground.
Shamrock on top, Funaki on the bottom position. As we see Shamrock tugging on Funaki's arms. Why is he doing that, Josh?
Not exactly sure. Looked more like a hand control thing. And you could hear Ken in Frank's corner telling him to be patient, be patient.
Both fighters back on their feet.
Funaki dropping his hands, sort of daring Frank to come in on him.
Crowd like that, Shamrock knocking Funaki's hand away. And it does look like Frank Shamrock is being patient, and a nice spinning leg kick by Funaki didn't connect though.
Yeah, the kneel kick, just no setup and with too much distance to really score, but might have got Frank's attention that something that wild could come. Dropped in for a triangle choke or armbar attempt was Funaki. Now back on the mat with Frank on top.
Now, Frank's corner is telling him to be patient. Why is it so important for Frank to be patient in this fight?
I think Frank maybe at this point in his career was a little, I would almost say reckless at going into the different submissions and attacking sometimes. But Funaki's not the kind of person that you can afford to make mistakes against. So Ken is giving advice that he knows that Frank's got the tools to win this match as long as he plays smart.
As we move ahead in the fight, Frank Shamrock still on top. Funaki having his neck in a hold.
Yeah, I've heard this called a baseball choke. It's a neck lock of sorts. And managing to get the rope escape against Funaki, no easy feat indeed.
Frank Shamrock should be very encouraged by that. Funaki deducted a point. Funaki and Mesger circling around each other. And if this fight does stay, if both fighters do stay on their feet, is there one favor you like over the other?
Well, Frank has certainly got a lot of explosiveness, but I think when it comes down to timing and technique, at this point, Funaki would probably be the better striker. But Funaki seems in this match that he's really more willing and wanting to go to the ground and engage in a ground war as he sets up a triangle choke here.
Trying to use the legs to choke Shamrock, but unsuccessful thus far. Now possibly reaching out for the legs of Shamrock.
Well, if he can pull down that leg, and Shamrock turning, trying to escape that choke, if he can pull that leg in, there's the arm, and
They get to the rope. Is he going to get a break for that?
That's a rope escape. He was diving in on there. He transitioned from the triangle choke with the legs to the arm lock, as his arm was right in between Funaki's legs and able to lock out in a similar fashion to a cross arm scissor. But Funaki kind of known for using the triangle choke, and if Frank isn't careful, Funaki might be able to pull his leg in and lock it down next time, cutting off the circulation.
And Funaki getting back into this match, he's lost a point, and Shamrock has also lost a point. And Shamrock going possibly for another takedown. And he does get it, but it looks like Funaki might be on top.
Yeah, it looked like a sort of a botched throw on Shamrock's bar, with Funaki seeing it, blocking the technique, now ending up inside Shamrock's guard. Shamrock controlling the wrist, looking for the arm lock, and working diligently with Funaki in his guard. Funaki really seems to be being patient, taking his time. I think he's going to look to get through his legs, or maybe just wait for Shamrock to initiate and then counter with whatever Frank feeds him. Nice reverse over by Frank Shamrock, getting on top of Funaki again. Funaki really doesn't seem to be taking advantage of some of the opportunities, I think, that are presenting to him.
And both fighters with very quick reactions. It seems like it's really hard for either of them to catch each other in a submission move.
I would say so too, but really, I think we've seen a lot more offense and better setup moves from Frank at this point. But hey, the match doesn't go on forever. Funaki, if he's got an idea, he needs to institute a plan sometime soon.
Both fighters back on their feet after the restart. Nice right pumps, right, and a right leg kick, and Funaki being pushed towards the ropes, and a nice right leg kick by Shamrock, but Shamrock goes down and Funaki charges at him.
Yeah, losing his balance on trying to throw that high kick in the corner. Funaki now initiating the clinch against Shamrock. Shamrock getting securing the head, looking for a front choke. Funaki keeping him in the corner, looking for the clinch. Another head kick attempt by Shamrock, misses.
Funaki doing a good job keeping his hands up, preventing any punches or strikes to hit it from his face.
Whizzer, roll through into the legs is Funaki, looking for the knee bar.
He might be close to getting that knee bar on Frank.
Toe hold on Frank.
It looks like Frank has to grab the rope for another escape. That's his second one. And Funaki is right now, he's leading in the fight as we take a break from the fight. Josh, so far a very competitive matchup, very even. We just saw Funaki take the lead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like Funaki's starting to pick it up a little bit and maybe start to read from his opponent and see some of the mistakes and openings that are being left behind by Frank. And after that toe hold, Frank certainly, by the expression on his face, is in pain. He's in a lot of pain, and who knows how much damage has been done to his knee and his ankle by that toe hold instituted by Funaki.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, can Masakatsu Funaki hold on to his lead?